Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. And this is going to be the penultimate kit review video. I'm going to do this one today for La Liga, and then sometime next week or later this week I will put up a community poll, and you guys can vote on one of like 4 options for the final kit reaction video. But today we're doing La Liga. And looking here, just off the top, we have 4 teams with Nike. You guys know traditionally I'm not a huge fan of either Nike or Adidas kits. And they're going to make up 7 total clubs here. 3 Macron, 3 Puma, 2 Humo. Humo tends to be pretty decent. 2 Joma, 1 Castare, 1 Kelme, and 1 Umbro. And again here, La Liga, something that's interesting to me, 3 clubs with no sponsor whatsoever. So that's really interesting. I'll look for those clubs there to maybe have some more interesting designs and such. So let's take a look with alphabetical order, starting with Athletic Club. We'll start with their home kit. There's no way that's part of the kit, that's like a... Oh wow, that's actually on there. That's really weird. So it's just, the plain red and white vertical stripes. But I do like the collar here, the polo collar, and I like that it's black. That black collar, it just contrasts really nice with the overall kit, I would say. I'm a pretty good fan of that. I'm gonna give that a B. I'm gonna say that's above average. Which, if you've seen my other kit review videos, giving something like that a B, you know is abnormal. For me, let's come to the away. Alright, so we have this navy, this dark blue, accented with this very light, sort of electric blue, and you have the electric blue down here as well, although that'll be tucked into the shorts. And it almost looks a little bit like a fabric weave or something. I'm sure that it's not, but it looks like a fabric weave. It actually looks like it would be kind of warm to wear, funny enough. I like that as well. I'm gonna give that a B minus. I like it a little bit less than the home, but I think I like that one more. But I'm gonna give that a B minus, still above average. And then we come to the third kit, where they have this sort of minty teal color all the way across, and you have the crest there in the negative space. It's pretty interesting. But it's okay, I'm just gonna give that a C. I'm gonna say that's just about average in my opinion, nothing too special there. And as always, I do not do the goalkeeper kit, so Athletic Club, Athletic Bilbao. Overall, I'm a fan of that collection of kits this season. Atletico Madrid. Okay, so this really clashes for me. This big Riyadh Air blue spawn flashes for me. Assuming player name and number there. Is he even on them? Like, it's just not. I'm not feeling that. Oh, there's no name or number there, but I'm gonna give that a C minus. It's like average, but it's almost below average. But I like this. I don't know what you call this color. They call it binary blue with these yellow accents. And you have this sort of vertical. It looks like fabric-y patterns there. You get the lightning bolts on the side. The yellow badge there. Yeah. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna give that a B+. This is my favorite I've seen so far, which is funny as people don't seem to be liking it as much. But me personally, I'm gonna give that a B+. It's above average. Nearly an A. Now let's come to the third kit. This looks like... Okay, so it's not a throwback jersey, although it does look kind of retro. But this is our only image of it, so I don't feel comfortable giving that a rating just yet, but that does look nice. I'm a big fan of that kit there. Okay. CA Osasuna. So we have this very striking red here. Very striking red with the polo collar. I'm glad that it seems like this season more and more clubs all across different leagues seem to be bringing back the polo collars more, which is my favorite type of collar. The cuffs. You have the stripes on the shoulders. That's very cool. All their wins in there. I'm gonna give that a C+. C+. Oh boy. This reminds me of like a South Sydney Rabbitohs jersey. I bet you there's some South Sydneysiders that are wearing this. This is wild. I absolutely hate this color combination. It's like Christmas. Okay, so apparently it's a tribute to the flag of Pamplona. Okay, so like there's historical precedent behind it, and I'm sure for the fan base it means something and is important, but I'm purely looking at it as an outsider looking at the aesthetics. I have to give that an F. An F. Let's come to the third kit. Another historic kit here, okay. We have the centered crest, but it's like the crest inside of this sort of frame almost, which is really interesting. I'm not sure if I've seen that before, because I don't like centered crest, but I don't mind that one. It's very clean overall though, isn't it? Very clean. I'm gonna give that a B. I'm gonna say it's above average. I quite like that. Celta Vigo, they still have the Estrella Galicia sponsor that I feel like I talk about every season. Okay. So you have this very light blue with these hints of red in here. And then this deeper blue on the side. Again, this just stands out like such a sore thumb, but even outside that, it's just a little bit plain. I'm gonna give that a C. I'm saying it's just about about average in my opinion. Let's look at the away kit. You know what, I tend to not like the diagonal sashes, but I kinda like this one because of the pattern and the diagonals there. So that looks like that's the club crest maybe in there, and you have these various shades of deep, deep blue. Interesting, inspired by the Galician flag, depicting the Vigo Sea. I'm gonna give that a C+. C+. Let's look at the third. Again, I'd like it more if not for this. I like this cover here with the pink. It's a sort of a paler pink and that sort of very light gray. Like works really, really well with that shade of pink. I actually quite like it. Trying to ignore the sponsorship. I'm gonna give that one a B. I'm gonna say it's above average. Deportivo Alav&eacute. The home kit. Oh wow. Okay, so we have like a Chinese news company. MK News, Dixon News. And then we have you guys are gonna dunk on me, but it looks like Africa, but no, that's not Spain, is it? Is that the shape of Spain? I think that looks like Africa, but no, that's not Africa, but that's not Spain either, is it? I'm so dumb, but no, tell me what that is. But you know what I like here, because we have the white and blue stripes, but we have this blue, and then we have like a very slim, like maybe 25% of the stripe in this darker shade of blue. I don't mind that actually. I'm gonna give that a B. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's look at the away kit. Okay, so the away kit's also blue and white. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like the polos that they make like the coaches of the teams wear in press conferences. You know what I'm saying? Like, or Formula One. The Formula One polos that they have the guys who aren't the racers wear. That's what this kind of reminds me of. It's just a little bit corporate looking. It's a little bit dorky looking. I'm gonna give it a C-. And then let's take a look at the third. Oh wow, okay, so it looks like a church or something out there. I see a cross at the top. And I love this gradient, this lighter, darker, darker, darker. That's really, really beautiful. Ikuzim and his lake. I'm not sure what that means, but that's really, really beautiful. I'm gonna give that an A. That's very good. Elche CF. Elche. So this is their home kit. They have this white and this deep sort of emerald green. Con los ecos del misterio y la gran. Sui por patrona morena lo que vino por hermosa y sin igual de este periplo, que al cielo con los ecos del misterio y la gran. I'm not sure what that's saying. I love that badge. You have the woman there B. I'm gonna say it's above average. And then here's the away. I'm gonna give that a D. I'm gonna say that's below average. Barcelona. I'm usually not the biggest fan of Barca kits, but I will say I like the yellow Spotify swoosh. I wish it was the same shade as the badge, but that's alright. And I will say this though, what I like that the gradients are offset. It's like red, blue, but then the red up here and up here, like it sort of breaks it up a bit. It kind of looks like wavy, sort of. I think it looks really interesting. I'm gonna give that a B. I'm gonna say it's above average. Let's look at the away. You have sort of a snake skin pattern, it seems like. Is that the Kobe? Is that the Kobe logo? Why do they have the Kobe logo on there? Oh yeah. The Kobe socks, so they're doing like a black mamba thing with the snake skin, the Nike mamba. But it just doesn't really look that good. I'm gonna give that a C. I'm gonna say it's just about average, but they could have done that better. Oh boy. I really do not like that. I'm gonna give that a D minus. I really don't like that, but I'm quite fond of this here. This looks good. That's my favorite Barca kit in years. Getafe. We got a Joma kit. We have the blue. Some very, very bold colors on here. Very bold colors. You have the yellow and the red stripes with the blue. And you have some very faint stripes in there. These two shades of blue that are very, very similar to each other, but just different enough. It seems like it has like a very retro vibe. Like getting like a 70s vibe. I'm gonna give that a C plus. I dig what they're doing with that. As you know, I'm gonna give that a B. I'm gonna say it's above average. Let's look at the away. So we've kind of done the reverse here with the red base and then the blue and the yellow stripes. But being completely honest, I think that it looks so much better and works so much better with the blue base. The red as the base is almost too bright. So I'm gonna give that a D. I'm gonna say that's below average. I'm not a huge fan of that. Now let's go on to the third. Yellow, and then you have the yellow with the red and the blue. It's just the same kit over and over again. It feels a little bit lazy. But I also like this one less than the blue. I'm also gonna give that one a below average. This is easily the best there. Alright. Girona FC. So we have white, these very thin red pinstripes. And I love the way this looks. I don't know why, but it looks very retro. Throwback vibes, vintage. And the red polo collar. Wow. I'm gonna give that a B, above average. I feel like I'm throwing out a lot of B's today. Like I usually feel like I throw out C's or anything else. But genuinely, I'm feeling the B's praise on all of these. I'm really happy overall with what I'm seeing from La Liga this year. Let's go to the away. This just kind of looks like a Dortmund kid, but with a different badge. It's alright. It's a C. It's average. And then the third. I really like this color. I like this color combination as well. I like the simplicity on that badge, what they did with the G. That's really cool. I like this one a lot. Actually, I'm gonna give that a B, above average. Alright, now this is the kit I've heard people hyping up, the Levante home kit. Yeah. Yeah. So we have the dark red and the blue, and we have these like the alternating direction of these stripes. And this navy blue collar with the gold trim, the gold macaron. 100 annies made their 100-year anniversary. That looks nice. Yeah. I am a big fan of that. Single button. I'm giving that an A+. That's an A+ for me. Very, very, wow. Very impressed with that. Oh my gosh, we come to the away, and look at that. You have these waves on here. With the blue and the white stripes. Now I think I might like it better if the waves only existed within the blue stripes. Another polo collar, but no button this time. Yeah. I'm gonna give that a B+. B+, and then we come to the third. That's very disappointing, given what they offered with the home and the away kits. That's very, very plain. I'm just gonna give that a C. Very average. RCD Espanyol. So Espanyol is back because I thought they got relegated last season. So they came back up, it seems. Blue and white stripes. And we have this sort of pattern in the stripes. Kelmy logo up on the shoulders, polo collar. I like that texture a lot. I like the look of that fabric, and I like the negative space in the badge. I'm gonna give that a B, above average. Let's look at the away. No, I don't. This sort of gray. So there's a couple different colors people use for off-white. They'll use a cream sometimes, but then sometimes they use this more gray one. And I'm never a fan of the gray. I don't know. I'm gonna give that it's still a very clean look, but I just wish it was maybe a more cream off-white instead of this gray off-white. And I'm gonna give that a C+. Let's come to the third. Kinda reminds me maybe of Sunrise a little bit. Okay, I like it on them. This is two different guys. I thought that was a mirror, but it's two different guys. I'm gonna give that a B+. People don't seem to like it, but I'm gonna give that a B+. I think it's pretty good. Mallorca. The red with the single black stripe down the middle. I do like that they changed the sponsor logo here with the By Taika to match the design. I hate when they just slap it on there like a sticker, so I appreciate that they at least took the time to line plus. C plus, just a little bit above average. The away is the same thing but white, so I'm gonna give that to C as well. We come to the third. I'm not the biggest fan of these sort of top little chevron thingies, but I like the all black with just a little hint of red. I'm gonna give that a C plus, but just sort of average across the board here for Mallorca. Rayo Vallecano, they always have very interesting stuff with the lightning bolt, which is like a little bit different to everyone else. Very, very large badge, like just massive badge up there. The white with the lightning bolt down. I'm gonna give it a C. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna do the third before I do the away, because I'll tell you what, that's a very interesting color combination. The black with the gold and just having the red outline there. Vamos Rayo Vallecano de Madrid. Yeah, I'm gonna give that one a B. I actually like the black and the gold. And the away, the red with the black. I'm gonna give that a C. It's just about average in my opinion, but I do love that they have that visual identity of the lightning bolt. It's such an interesting touch. Real Betis. Let's look at their home kit. Very classic standard, the green and the white stripes. Doesn't ever change very much. I'm gonna give it a C. Awesome Global, they're sponsored by an Australian company. Let's go, baby. I'm still gonna give them a C, just average in my opinion. The away. This is a topographical map. Feature green. It doesn't say what that is, but it looks like a street map or something. Yeah, because you can see lines, squiggly lines, maybe as a river or something. I still think it's ugly as sin, though. I'm gonna give that a D. It's below average. Let's look at the third. So we have these sort of zebra stripes, the black with that mint bluish green, chevrons down the side. I'll give it a B, so it's above average. And Real Madrid, their home kit. Of course, we all know Real Madrid kit is a Real Madrid kit. They do some white polka dots here, which is interesting. But I'm gonna go ahead and, it's like an Arsenal kit. To me, it's a C. Very average. This is sort of interesting though. So we have this gray, and again we have these polka dots here. But there's sort of a, texture to it. Like, see how it's like, I don't know how else to describe it. It kind of reminds me of back in the day for my young viewers, when TV was still analog, you'd get the static if a channel was off the air, and it would kind of be like in the kind of waves. It reminds me of like TV static, sort of. I'm gonna give that a B. Let's say one's above average, and let's look at the third. We have this very sort of royal blue, a very classy shade of blue there, I admit. And you have this sort of jagged white stripes there. I'm gonna give that a B as well, saying that's above average. Real Oviedo. Oh, we have a checkerboard pattern. You don't see that too much anymore. I like the checkerboard pattern, the blue, and you have the gold, and you have the polo Oviedo. That's really, really nice. I'm gonna give that an S. Actually, I think that is my favorite kit so far. I would wear that. Like, I'm giving that an S. That's very, very nice. And then, good lord above, you give me this is your weekend. Are you kidding me? Bruh. The D, below average. Below average. Then we have an Argentina kit here for their third kit. Oh, look at the tattoos, though. God, look at those tattoos. You got the rosary, you got the... I need to get a rosary tattoo at some point. The gold, the blue, and the white stripes. I'm giving that... I'll give it a C+. Now I'll give it a B. It's above average. But that, oh wow, that is S. That is one of the nicest kits I've ever seen. Like, bar none. I love that. Real Sociedad. Question page could not be found. Okay, that's weird. Okay, well, we're just gonna skip that. I'm sorry for any Real Sociedad fans. Let's go to Sevilla. Oh my god, the amount of colors on here. White, red, blue, that sort of orangish fold, black. Good lord. This is just a render though, isn't it? I'm gonna give it a C. I think it's about average, but why are these all just renders? Do we have any actual photos? Like, their season has started, hasn't it? I don't want to give it a rating if it's just these weird renders. Okay. Well, that one at least looks nice. But I'm just gonna leave it. It's unfortunate. Then we come to Valencia. As we get this white with this sort of crack elephant print, like on the Jordan 3, sort of. The embossed badge is really nice. That's really good. That's really clean. I'm gonna give that a B+. Then we come to the away. Oh wow, okay, so we have this deep red, then with these sort of orangey, reddish logos there, this sort of geometric squares. It's very clean, and without the sponsor, it's just very, like, everyday wear. I'm gonna give that a B+. And then finally, good. God, that's a D. It's just so aggressive, like, it legitimately is sort of hurting my eyes to look at that. I'm gonna give that a D. Easily my favorite is this Real Oviedo. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful kit. I also like this Rayo Vallecano, this third one. That's very nice. The black with the yellowish gold, very good. The Espanyol was alright. This one was very good. The Levante was very good. I just noticed they also have the bat. They have the bat there. And Valencia has the bat there. If anybody could explain the meaning of the bat to me, that'd be much appreciated. But that is La Liga. Like I said, I'm gonna have a poll up either at the end of this week or early next week. I'm gonna have RCD Liga. I'm gonna have the championship, and I'm gonna have like one other league in there. And whichever, after a few days, whichever league wins that poll, we'll do that. But thank you guys guys so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up.